Welcome back to Tenaris Adventures. When I was visiting Brazil this spring, I got a chance to sit down with 5 employees from Dragori Games, and I asked them a series of questions to all of them to get a better idea of who they are and what interests them in developing a deep game like Tenaris Adventures and a massive world like Tenaris RPG. I hope this look into the people of Dragori gives you a better insight into what drives these guys into developing dungeon crawler board games and RPG adventures. Welcome to part 5, the last part of this interview series. Today we have Alex. So I got to know Alex quite some time ago, way back in the first campaign. I was definitely one of the more negative naysayers of the first campaign. It seemed like a lot of the heroes only had, the 4 abilities, as many of you know, and I did not think that was going to lead to a very interesting game, especially with so many different characters that only had the same stats within each class. And how wrong I was, of course, ever since then. But I got a lot of time during that point to talk with Alex about a lot of the game design decisions, and then got to know him more as I would send him questions through Facebook after we did receive Arena of the Contest. And that was one of the greatest things about Dragori to me, was getting those personal responses. Just showed me how much the company really cared about the people that were supporting them, and it wasn't just like we're offering the game and that's it, we're gonna work on the next thing. So anyway, I built up a relationship with him for years and years before I officially began working for Dragori, and it's definitely been one of probably my best friend there at Dragori and first. Had a great relationship, good time going down there, definitely helped me a lot, getting settled in, going to Brazil. Anyway, Alex, super friendly guy, probably the easiest person to get along with, and had a fantastic time while I was in Brazil. But anyway, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this last interview here with Alex, the CEO and one of the game directors of Dragori Games. All right, welcome.
Hello.
All right, let's just start off here. So first thing is, what's your name and what's your role at Dragori Games?
I'm Alex. I'm one of the directors.
What was your job before working at Dragori?
I was a doctor. I was a pediatrician.
How long did you do that?
I worked for about 15 years as a doctor. Then we started to work with board games.
What are your interests outside of gaming?
I like to go to the beach, as I'm very white, but I like to go to the beach and play soccer. I like to play with my friends, but mostly and play, of course, video games and games in general. This is my favorite hobby.
Alright, that'll lead in next to what are your favorite games or RPG products? It could be board games or video games.
Video games, I like Witcher 3 and Mass Effect because they are very story driven and very fun to play. And about RPG, Dungeons and Dragons and even Magic the Gathering. Of course, not an RPG, but it's a card game. But they are my favorite games.
What do you enjoy about working for Dragori?
I like to have many people with creativity and people that work hard to make the best product as possible. So we argue a lot and we discuss a lot, but it's very interesting to see how good products arise from this work. So we are very happy with the process and to work with them.
Yeah. What is your favorite Dragori product or game mode or mechanic, past or future?
I think Tenaris Adventures is my favorite because we've been working so long for the game, and we could see it improves. It is improving in many ways. then I really think it's gonna be a very good game for people.
Going right into that, what do you think the fans will enjoy the most about Tenaris Adventures?
I think they will see the careful we have for with each quest. You have a good lore. You have a good mechanics. Each quest has its own mechanic, and it's not too complicated. I need to learn this and another thing for the quest. They are easy to understand, but they change the gameplay. So it's going to be very interesting to see a game that it's not do the same thing over and over. You have always a different challenge, something to think differently to solve the situation, and this is what we are working so hard for accomplishing. It's not easy because the game has more than 100 quests,
Oh, yeah.
but this is what we are doing,
Yeah.
and I think fans will enjoy a lot.
Awesome. So, what is the greatest challenge in your job?
We have plenty of good ideas here, and the most difficult thing is to pick up all the good ideas and put them together, because sometimes they are conflicting with each other. So we have to argue, you have to discuss all details, and then we came with a better idea of all of them. So this is the challenge, to put together a very good team, and we can discuss and use the ideas to make to improve even more the game.
Awesome. What intellectual property would you like to see Dragori develop a board game or RPG for, or some other product?
Yeah, I think well, we are developing an RPG that follows the Dungeon Dragon system. But if I could choose, of course, it's not.
Yeah.
We are not talking yet to anyone. But if I could,
Yeah,
by a
anything.
fun view, I would like to make some board game from Mass Effect, from Witcher. There are games that I enjoy a lot.
Okay, awesome. All right, so kind of into the RPG side, what was the design philosophy for the RPG module, and what type of DM and players did you have in mind when writing it?
I think the philosophy is to create something interesting on the table. So it's not just a matter of create good powers and mechanics that will make your character powerful but even considering the role playing. So we know that RPG its part is of course the combat, and you have to have good powers, but other parts the role playing. So for example, the Mage Walker was one of our favorite class to develop, because the role playing of this class is very fun. So any player that pick up this class to role play, they have plenty of opportunities to make fun comments and even fun actions that will enjoy people. That will people on the table enjoy the game. So it's powerful. It's very powerful on the abilities. But it's not just about to be powerful. It's about to be fun to play, and this is the RPG is about. Even the role playing and the combat.
Who was your favorite character, or who is your favorite character, and maybe like the design process and why are they your favorite?
On the RPG, for sure, it was the Mage Walker, because it's a very fun class to play.
All right. So that's your favorite out of all the series?
If you consider the Tanar's Adventure, the board game, always would be Taran, the cleric, because it was my RPG character for years and years. So I always liked this hero. But of course, thinking about development, I think the Mage Walker is the actual piece that I enjoy more to create with the team.
All right. So, what was your main inspiration for the world of Tenaris?
It's the classic movies like The Lord of the Rings, even Game of Thrones, and even other movies that's not directly related, like Star Wars and others, and there are others, and of course the video games, so Dragon Age, Mass Effect, Witcher, and plenty of others that are fantasy settings.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks for
Thank you.
doing the interview.
Thank you, James.